So now the next thing what I'll do is, as I discussed, virtual link. So what we'll be doing is, instead of virtual link, what is the alternative you can go with? Because sometimes, normally the production network, sometimes they say, you should not break the rules. You should just simply follow the designs and all these things. So instead of connecting virtually, this is one solution to connect any non-backbone area. Like in our case, the area 10 is non-backbone area. And I want this to connect to the area 0 virtually. So we did a virtual link between router 1 and router 3. That's what we did. So now what I'll do is, I don't want to create a virtual link. So I'll remove this virtual link configuration, and I want to apply the same solution without a virtual link, same thing without a virtual link. So what is the alternative? Okay. So let's remove the virtual link. So the first thing, I'll remove the virtual link, what we configured in the previous section. We'll simply say no area 20 virtual link. And likewise, I'll do the same thing on the router 3. We'll go and say router OSPF 1. We'll simply remove the virtual link, whatever we have configured. So once I remove the virtual link, again, it will come back to the same. If I say show IP route OSPF, show IP routes, or if I say show IP route OSPF, again, we should not be able to see these 1.11 networks coming on the router 2. Back to the normal behavior. So I want to make sure that this area 10 routes goes to the router 2, router 3 like that. So instead, what I'll do is we'll create a tunnel. So what is the alternative? The alternative is, instead of virtual links, we can use the normal tunnels. Generally, we call as GRE tunnels, or normal tunnels we can configure. So what I'll be doing is, I'll be creating the same thing. We'll create a virtual tunnel between these two endpoints, because this router 1 and the router 3 are reachable, right? So already they are reachable. So we'll create one tunnel interface. Normal tunnel interface. Again, this is GRE tunnels. We'll talk about GRE tunnels and those different types of tunnels in VPN sections anyway, in the later on, when we cover up. So basically, the tunnel option, and then we'll advertise this tunnel interface with an IP. We need to assign one IP also. So I'll say 10.0. I cannot use 10. Network. I have to use some other network. Let's say I'm going to use 100.0.13. Network. I'll use some IP address for that as well. So we'll go to the router 1. We'll create one tunnel interface, and the tunnel IP address we have to use something 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm using this. So I'll assign something like 100. It can be any private IP address. So technically, you can also give, let's say, 192.168. Let's give 192.168 instead of 100. 192.168 13.1 IP. And then we have to tell the tunnel source. There is a command called tunnel source and tunnel destination. So tunnel source, basically, we are saying where the tunnel starts. The tunnel starts here and ends here. So when we say tunnel source, here I'm using 192.168 network. So when you say tunnel source, I can use this IP, like the source address is 1.1.1.1, and the destination address 2.2.2.2. That also works. Recommended always to use the loopback interface. So assuming the loopbacks are already advertised, so I'll use the loopback interfaces, because even if the physical interface goes down anywhere, if there is an alternate way to go, it will use that alternate path. So for that reason, it's always recommended to use a loopback interfaces as the source and destinations. So what I'll do is, I'm going to create one loopback interface here. Already there's a loopback interface 11. I'll create another loopback because the 11 is not advertised in OSPF. So we have to advertise one loopback interface. Let's make it as 11.11.11.11. And that loopback interface, I'm going to advertise in area 20. Remember, that has to be advertised in the area 20. And similar way here also, I'm going to advertise 33.33. That's a loopback interface, or I can use existing loopback interface. Already I have some existing loopback interfaces here. 13.0.0.1, the loopback 0. And I'm going to address this in OSPF. Okay, because the tunnel source and destination should be reachable. So I'll come back to this configuration. Before I go ahead, I need to create one loopback interface here. Loopback 5, or I can use any loopback. 11.11.11.11, 255, 255, 255, 255. And make sure that you also advertise this interface in area 20. So either you can use a network statements or you can advertise this way. And likewise, let's do the same thing on the router 3. Now, on the router 3, I already have the loopback interface in the form of loopback 0. So I don't need to do it again. So I'll use this loopback interface. So the simple thing, I'll advertise that in area 20. Area 20, area 0 also can be fine. That works because the area 20 and 0 are connected directly. So what I need to make sure is, we need to make sure that the loopbacks are reachable from each other. The basic prerequisite is you need to make sure that these two loopbacks are reachable. Because if the source and destination IPs are not reachable, then the tunnel will not form. Okay, so as you can see, the tunnel reachability is there. So let's get back to the tunnel configuration again. Interface tunnel. Assign the IP address. Already we did that. Tunnel source. The tunnel starts on my 11.11.11.11. You can either give the IP address or I'll show you what is the interface name, loopback 5. So, or I can simply remove this. I can simply say tunnel source loopback 5. So source address can be either the IP address of the interface or the interface name. Anyway, it will take any one. So any one you can configure. Just I'm showing you both the options. Now tunnel destination should be the IP because that's not my local interface. So the tunnel destination is going to be my 13.001, right? That's what I used on the router 3. And you can see immediately the tunnel comes up. Now we need to advertise this tunnel in the OSPF. So OSPF 1. Remember, this has to be in the middle area, whatever the area 20. Okay. Now, once I do this, likewise, I'll go to the router 3. Instead of creating virtual link, I'm creating a tunnel. So interface tunnel, 12, 13, whatever the number. Give the IP address. The IP address has to be on the same subnet, 192.168.13.3. Now, advertise the tunnel in OSPF, area 20, right? And tunnel source and destination. Tunnel source starts on my local interface, the loopback 0, which is 13.001. And the tunnel ends on 11.11.11.11, which is the loopback IP of the site. Now, what I should see is I should see the neighborship comes up. Now, if you see here, show IP OSPF neighbor, we can see the router 3 is forming the neighborship with router 1 on the tunnel interface. This is more like a logical connection. So which means now the router 1 is also connecting to router 3 area 0 via tunnel interface, which means now if I go back to the router 2 and if you check the routes, we can see these 11 dot routes. So I'm just expecting this 11 dot routes here. 11 dot network. So as you can see, the routes are not coming. Actually, the mistake what we did is the tunnel interface has to be in area 0, right? Because at the end, what we are doing is we are showing that this is connecting to 0, right? That's what we need to show up. So it should not be in area 20. It has to be in area 0. That's the problem here. So we need to simply remove this and reconfigure that in area 20. So we just need to say area 0. And likewise, the same thing. I think the same thing I have to do it on the router. What is the tunnel interface name? It's a tunnel 12. Tunnel IP OSPF 1 area 0. So we can just, it will overwrite. Now we can see now the neighborship comes up again. And if you verify now the routes, as you can see, I'm receiving the routes here. 11 dot routes. Now, technically, what we are trying to do here is we are just connecting this router 1, which is not connecting to 0. It's actually connecting to 20. So we are creating a logical tunnel and connecting to area 0. So which means now this look like this is like area 0. So this is more or less the same way as we told. We are trying to connect a non-backbone area to area 0. Either you can do it via virtual link or you can do it via tunnel interface. So either way you can do it. It's up to you. So these are the two possible ways you can connect any non-backbone area to area 0.